బయటికి పోయి అది తగ్గిందన్న తగ్గియట So we are left with only one topic, synonyms. Okay, so we'll see about synonyms today. Okay, so synonym is one of the database object, so which is used to provide the
screen share చేయండి sir.
Yes, Vasu, I'm sharing it. Okay, so synonym is the one of the database object, so which is used to provide the alias names. Which is used to provide the alias names, permanent alias names. We have alias names earlier also, so we have the alias names like you can able to provide the alias names for the table, you can able to provide the alias names for columns. So now we have the table like a select star from EMP. Okay, so now you can able to get the data in this. Okay, so the alias names will help you to reduce the okay, to suppose if we have the table name is having like more than 30 characters, 40 characters or something. So if you are writing the code in the database, so it will always take for each and every character as 1 byte. Okay, so now you are retrieving the data based on 2 tables. Okay, select star from EMP, inner join, so DPT. So okay, so here if I want to put the join condition for these 2 tables, so I need to use like any one of the relation column from these 2 tables, I need to use that. So DEPT number equal to DEPT number. Wait, giving the error. So because there is no semicolon here, now I'm getting the error. So this table is having department number. Both table is having the same department number column. So the Oracle is going to confuse column ambiguously defined. So in the sense, the system is getting some confusion with the column names. This column I need to take from this table or this table. So you need to give the reference for that. So from which table I need to take this column? From which table I need to use that column? EMP dot. So EMP dot. Now I am taking with the same column. So now we are getting how many records? We have 136 records. So you are giving the join condition, but you are taking the join condition from the same query, same table. If you want to retrieve the data from more than one table, you will use the join conditions from A table to one column, B table from B table is one column. So you are taking with the same column from the, so both column has the same table. So now you will get the data. So these are all the 34 records we have, common records from the both tables. So while deriving this, So if it is like treat like as a big table. This like this is the whole table name, treat like as. So instead of taking this reference for this column, okay, instead of taking this big name, okay, so I can provide some alias names. Instead of 3 letters, just I am providing like a EMP. So I am giving alias name here as a E. Now I am giving the reference with the alias name here, E dot DEPT number. Now I can get the data here. Okay, so this alias name is for this particular session. This alias name is this particular session. Okay, you are giving the alias name for this table level now. Now you can able to give the alias name in the column level also. EMP number, E name, EPT number. So again, the system is having some confusion. This table, this column is I need to take for which table. So I am mentioning like take the department number from employee information. Now I am giving the alias. So just I am referring that. Okay. Now, so now I am going to display like a this is EMP DEPT number. So DEPT dot DEPT number. For that I am giving alias name like a DEPT underscore DEPT number. So now you can able to get the data. This is like a EMP DEPT number. This is like a DEPT. You are retrieving this department number from department table. This is you are retrieving from employee table. So you can able to understand with that alias names. You can able to change the column names using alias names. Okay, suppose if you have employee number, else you have the like a name column, first name, last name, middle name, like a 3 columns if you have. So if you want to retrieve like a 3 column as a name, so you will mention like a F name, concatenate, M name, concatenate, okay, L name as name. As is optional here, no need to provide as here. You can able to provide or not, it won't bother about that. So if you want to provide the alias names, we'll use the, you can able to give the temporary alias names for the columns and the tables. Okay, so now you are giving the reference like a E dot department number, right? So if I select the data like a select start from, there is no table here. So there is a table here. So treat like as a, this is E1. Now I provided that E1. Okay, 1 minute. So something I missed here. E1. So now I'm getting the data. So now I am trying to retrieve like a E1 is a table right now. Now I am retrieving the data. I'll take this. Right. Like someone is created something like this is used by a lot of the people, and so someone is created like E1 with so we are getting the data. So now I am not able to drop this, right? E1. So this is, it is showing a tabular view does not exist. So if I want to know, so what is that E1? How can we identify? What is that? Even. So user underscore objects. If it is a table, you can get the data, right? So if it is like even, so user underscore objects where object underscore name equals to E. Retrieve that. So this is a synonym. Someone is created on 22nd of September. So now also we are going to create the synonyms. So treat like I say XYZ as some alias name. Now I am giving the alias name okay, XYZ. Now I am retrieving that data. So now we are able to create, we provided the XYZ is the alias name for this. Now I am retrieving that data using XYZ. Tabular view does not exist. So I provided E as alias name, you are getting the data because it's someone is created the same E as a synonym. Got it, right? So now I created with XYZ. Now I am not getting the data because this is not created by anyone. Okay, so if you don't know like what is that object, if you don't know what is that object, so take that name and search in the user underscore object with object name. So you can find out object type for that. So object type is synonym. You can able to get it object when it is created, when has been updated, last DDL operations. So whether it is in the valid or invalid. Okay, you can able to get all those things. Okay, so this is about the temporary alias names. So how can you provide the permanent alias names to the data? So you are giving some alias name. Okay, you are giving some alias name. That name is for the, so treat like as a Chinna, Chinnoda, Peddoda. We can call it like a lot of alias names, Bujji, in our house. That name is for inside the house itself. If you came out, if you call someone like Chinna, so there is lot of Chinnas. You are not the one of you are not one of that only one guy that right. So you won't listen that. So if someone call you are not answering that guy because you are not the Chinna. So you are like a some XYZ person. If someone call like using that name, you can turn around that guys. Okay, so now I'm going to create the permanent alias names for that. What is the use of this? Provide easy way to access the table owned by another user. Okay, so I will show you another user object. Okay, that I will show you. Short and lengthy table names. So if it is, we can short the table names with the small letters, less number of characters. Okay, that is one. So give alternative names to the objects. That is another one. Simplify access objects by creating a synonym with another name. So that is also same. So create an easier reference table. It is owned by another user. So everything will same. So if we want to create the synonym, we need the grants. You cannot able to create directly synonyms. So the admin user need to be provided grants to you. So prerequisite is, so we need the create synonym grant. We need the create synonym grant. So we need to provide that. So like a CMD will place HR, sorry, we need to connect to the admin user. Sys as sys DBA. It offer the password, no need to provide. Now we need to provide the grant to HR. So we need to provide this grant. then only you can able to create the, if you want to build, if you want to start some construction company. So you need to be, if you want to put your bank, so you need to take the approval from the RBI. Then only you can put, you can start your own bank. Else you cannot able to start your own banks. Got it right? In the similar way, if you want to create the synonym, so you need the create synonym privilege. Okay, if you want to create the synonym in your object, so if you want to build your house, no need to take. So if you want to put money in your racks or birwa, something you can sell like in box, in your box. No need to take any RBI approval. Okay, so if you want to build someone house from you, by you, in that case, you need to take the authority. He have the capacity to build your houses. You will take the approval and all those things, right? So similar kind. So if you want to build the synonyms, we'll use the, if you want to create the synonyms, we need the grant like a create synonym. Okay, in your house itself. Okay, in your user, in your schema. So whatever the schema you are going to connect, in that schema, if you want to create the synonyms, we need this privilege. If you want to create other user, you need to create the synonym in others users. Now you are connected with the, now you are connected with the HR. Okay, so now I can able to create the synonyms. So syntax is create synonym name for object name. So now I have provided the, my name create synonym offices for HR locations. Now I created the some offices synonym. So now I get the data using both objects. First one offices. Now I am getting the 23 records. Now I am retrieving the data using locations also. So selection from this 23 records. So this is the original name, location is the table, original table name. This is the alias name. I have created a synonym for this. Now I need to create the synonym in a system user. So system user. If you mention like this, if you mention like this object is going to create in a system user. If you haven't mentioned anything, usually you need to mention like this. So which user you are going to create, which user you are going to create. So in this case, you will use like a create or replace synonym name. Now the object is created in a HR scheme. In your scheme, you connected with the HR user. Now I created the synonym like this. Actually, you need to use this way. You always need to be mentioned like a owner name. So in which user you are going to create that object, you always need to be reference that. Okay, if you haven't provide that, by default it create in logged in user. So which user you are logged in that particular user, it can create that object. Okay, so now I'm going to create in a system user. SYST. Okay, now I'm trying to create the object in that. So what it is showing, insufficient privileges. You don't have grant for that. You don't have authority to create object in a others user. If you want to provide that grant to you, the admin user need to provide, create any synonym. Now I have provided the grant for that user. Now I am going to create. Now the synonym has been created. Got it? So this is the use of the grants. If you want to create a synonym in your schema, create a synonym is enough for the grant. If you want to create the synonym in others schema or other user, you need the privilege create any synonym. Okay, so now we created the synonyms. We have two types of synonyms, private and public. People are using daily public synonyms. So private synonym, public synonym. So how we created the synonym? This is a private synonym. Okay, this is private synonym. So if you want to maintain like a public synonyms, we need to mention like a public. This is like a public synonym. Create or replace synonym name for object. Now we created the table. We created the synonym for table. You can able to create for any object. Able to create for any object. So like what are the things we have in user underscore objects? We will see. We create for each and every one. Take like a sequence. So locations data sequence. Try with that. So which are data locations. I'm going to make it like I say this one. What are you saying? Create or replace synonym name. Name is already used by existing. Now we created the synonym for a sequence. You can call with this also. So see, now I'm calling the sequence. Select sequence from dual. Okay, we are going for things. Sequence is not yet defined in this session. So meaning is if you want to call the sequence first, you are created the sequence. You need to initialize that. To initialize that, we will need to use create a sequence name data next 12. Sequence name data next 12. Now the sequence is initialized. Now you can able to see. Now we created a sequence with the S148. We created S158. Now I am calling like a 3300 we have, right? See, it get changed 3400. Now you can able to change with this. Can check, you will get 3500. Okay, you can able to use alias name with you can able to create any alternative for any database object. Not only the table, not only the columns. You cannot able to create the column aliases in this. You can able to create the actual database objects. Inside the database, if you have any columns or data, you cannot able to do anything using synonyms. Okay, so we have two types of synonyms, private and public. So before that, we need to see anything. So we'll see. So prerequisites in the sense what the grants we required for that. This is the prerequisites. So syntax is create or replace. Public is optional, so not the mandatory. So if you want to create the public synonym, you need to mention public synonym schema name dot synonym name for schema name dot object name. So if you want to create any other database users, if you want to access from one server to another server. So if you want to access, if you are in some X server, this is your local system. So this is your local system. So you will see this. We have a lot of users here. So you can see all users are in a local host. See, host name is local host. Host name is local. Everything is on a same server. So whatever the users you are using here, these are all on the same server itself. Okay, if you want to access different server tables, different user in a different server. Okay, in that case, you have some IP address for that. So if you want to access within the database itself, you can able to provide the grants for that user and you can able to use that. With the username dot object name, if you provide, you can able to use any database user. Okay, if you want to access from one server object in another server, we need to create the database links. We need to create the database links for that. Database links. So database links will help you to use another schema objects in another server schema object. Okay, so if you want to use this database link names like this. So now we have like a EMP table. So EMP table is a different schema server in the sense you need to use EMP @ database link name. @ database link name. So usually you are giving the data like this. From user underscore underscore you won't get any data. DB links all underscore DB underscore links. Have any database links, so that data will be present in this. Any database link you will use in this. Okay. Now we'll see what is synonym, like private synonym, what is public synonym. So private synonym in the sense that synonym has been created by you that is acceptable within that particular user itself. So if you want to use that synonym, you need to provide again grants for that to another users. Okay, if we want to access that name with all users, you created with a sequence, right, for this. So you are using like a location sequence with the S158. You can able to access with this synonym in this particular HR user. If we want to use with the same name with any other users, you need to create with the public synonym for that. Maybe unless public. If you create like this, if you create the public synonym, this object can accessible by the any user of the database. System user, HR user, A user, user 1, user 2, user 3. All the users can access by with the same name. With the same name. So this is one of the object. Now I am into HR user. Now I am into HR user. Now you are getting the data, select star from user underscore objects. Okay. Now I am connecting with the system user. So now I am retrieving the data again here, select star from user underscore objects. You are getting the data from this also. Now I am going to connect with the MyDB user. Here also I am getting the data. So this is public synonym. Because see, if it is the table, where it store, where it can store in a user underscore tables. So where table underscore name equals to you don't have any data. So check in synonyms all underscore check in all underscore objects. Now all underscore objects, the column name is object underscore name, not like a table underscore name. See, this is owner is public, owner is sys. So sys user is created user underscore objects as a view. Okay, sys user is created the object synonym like a public. So he created some view for that user underscore objects. In that user underscore objects, for on top of that user underscore objects, he created the synonym as a public synonym. As a public synonym. See, I am opening this code. So you can able to derive the code, right? So you can able to open the code. See, so in the detail, you are not getting here. See, when that object is created, it is showing synonym name. Object owner, actually who is created that? User underscore objects, sys. So a sys user created for object name is user underscore objects. Object type is view. For this user underscore object view, he created with the public synonym. Okay. This is public synonym. You people are always using public synonym on the daily basis. So where you use the synonyms in your current project? I haven't created any synonyms, but we are using public synonym on the daily basis. User underscore tables, user underscore views, user underscore constraints, everything as public synonyms. All data dictionaries, all meta objects are public synonyms. System defined tables all are public synonyms. Okay. This is about the synonyms. We have two types. We cannot able to create the public synonyms, but we don't have authority to create that. Now I am going to create with the public synonym. We have the access. Okay, so we have the access. See, now I created the sequence like a 518 as a public. Now I am calling this from HR user. Now I am getting the data. Again, I am calling from the DB user. Getting the data. So now I am make it like as a private synonym that. So now I am make it like as a private synonym. Okay. Now I am getting the data in. You are able to call that. Now I am going to call again here. So usually now till 10G you cannot able to access the. Okay, else I am going to create with a different name. We created the public synonym, right? So public synonym will store in the different meta object. Private synonym will store in the different meta object. Now I am going to create like a 5189 as a private synonym. Now I am calling that 4100. Okay, now I am calling with the 5189. Sequence does not exist. Got it? So in the earlier case, I created first time as a public synonym, and again I created with the same name as a private synonym. Okay, so private synonym will store in the different user underscore synonyms. If you want to see like public synonyms, in the user underscore public synonyms, we have different meta objects for that. Public synonym will capture in different thing, different data dictionary. Private synonym will capture in the different data dictionary. Okay, so we'll see this. So where it stored that, we'll see. So we need to know in the sense in all underscore tables like user underscore n. We'll get now user underscore synonyms. So we'll get the data. Start from user underscore synonyms. You don't have any synonyms in my database user. Now we created the database in HR user. See, we created 518 as a synonym for location.sequence. Okay. So the synonyms can capture and store in user underscore synonyms is a meta object to store the place. This is about the synonyms. Okay. Anyone having any doubt? So everything is storing in this place only. So I haven't observed till now like a synonyms where it's stored also. I haven't created any synonym now. So maybe to see that public synonyms, I am thinking like you may have a different meta object. We don't have. Definitely there is an option to identify it is a public synonym or private synonym. Check in Google. Where it's stored in the public synonyms. You can search in Google, you may get some meta object. See, in this also we have synonyms and public synonyms different. Synonyms, 1 minute, public synonyms. See. So you can able to identify this. These are all the public synonyms. So what the synonym we created like now S518, right? You can able to. You need to go with the yes. See how many synonyms we have. Yes, 518. You may get in this. Definitely you may get in this. Okay. Definitely there is an option you can find out in Google. Okay. Usually we will habituate with these shortcuts. So that's why we are not remembering this all meta objects. You can try with yourself. This is about synonym. We almost completed with the SQL. Okay. So today we will see about how to add multiple columns to a table in single statement. Okay, take these questions as a assignment and try with yourself and come back by tomorrow. Okay, so if I want to add multiple columns in a single statement, how can we add that? Okay, So how to modify? No need to take screenshot, man. Be like a practical, improve your practical knowledge. Okay. So how to modify the column size? Okay. So suppose if you have a column like a number of 2, number of 5. Okay. There is a value like a 1, 2, 3, 4. You can able to increase to more than 5 any number of characters up to 38 digits. If we want to decrease that, the table is having 1, 2, 3, 4 digits in the sense 4 number of you already occupied with the 4 bytes of that out of 5. You cannot able to decrease the value less than that. You need to remember that. Try to reduce that number of 3. You will get the error. Okay, what the error you are getting? Okay, what the error you are getting? Okay, try to do that and try to drop more number of columns at a time. How to add more number of columns in the single run, how to drop more number of column in single run. Okay, so then how to change the data type of column, how to change the data type of column if table does not have data, if have the data, change the data type of column. If the table having data, you are able to do or not. If the table does not have data, you are able to do or not. Verify it yourself and do with what we can able to do that. Okay. So I'm explaining the questions in this. I can definitely post it in YouTube directly. At least you no need to watch at the whole video. Go with the last 10-15 minutes of time. Okay. So and how to find out the nth highest salary. Highest salary. Okay, how to highest, so how to find the nth highest salary is one question. So same question by each department. For each department. For each department. Okay, this is another question. So how to delete the duplicate records? How to delete the duplicate records in a table? Okay, so how to delete the duplicate records in a table? So to derive the domain name from a email column. So if you have the emails like a @gmail.com. So @Vashitech. So if you have like a more number of email IDs with the Shiva, Ravi, Ramu, these are all 4 characters. So you insert like Mahesh, Srikant, these are all the different characters. You don't have any different values. So you mean different length of values. Okay, so insert the more number of values and fetch that. So Gmail is your domain ID. Gmail is your domain. Vashitech is my domain. Okay, so try to retrieve that. Okay, this is another requirement. And we have the employee table and the salary table. So search in Google with the demo bld.sql. So search with this, you will get some data. So demo bld.sql, you will get the SCOT user database tables and data. SCOT user database tables and data. So it will show some script, open that and take like from copy and paste it in your schema, run, press simplify F5. Okay, it will build some. So, okay, I'm going to do this also. Okay, so I'm giving the scenarios for to work that. So whole SQL. So search like a demo bld.sql. So take any one of that and take all this. Now I am running this simply by running this simply F5. Okay, now the table has been created with this. Start from MP. So now we have the employee information here. So now I pin this output. So this employees work with the department 10. So this department 10 is located in which place? We want to identify that. You need to use EP table information. See, department 10, 20 people will be located in a Dallas location. So I need to display that particular employees is worked in which location. I need to display the location details. Okay, and I am going to pin this as well. And I have the grade table. Select start from all grade table. See, we have the grades here. Usually the 10th class people or intermediate people will, now we are getting the grades. So if 980 you are getting in the sense 9.8, 9 till 10 you are getting. If 995 out of 1000 you are getting in the sense in between 995 to 1000 you all the people are getting 10. Okay, there is a range of values. If anyone is getting like a 91 to 95, like a 9.5. If 95 to 100, 10 to 10. So treat like as there is a range of values. Now I need to be, see here, grade 1 in the sense. So the salary between low salary is 7,700 and 1,200. If salary is between these two number of salaries, that employee need grade as a 1. Okay, if it is 1201 to 1400, that employee grade is 2. You need to display like that. This is your task. Okay, treat like I say employee number. Now we will take this. So 20. So Smith is located in Dallas. Okay, Smith's salary is how much? 800. So his grade is as 1. So I need to get the data like that. Along with employee details are required. Along with the employee details, I need the 2 extra columns here, grade and location. Okay, how can you can derive that? So I am requesting, don't search in Google. So you will get each and everything in the Google. I am suggesting you try yourself. Put more time, like you try it yourself. That's my request. And if you want to remember the things, you try it yourself. Okay, this is my another requirement. So I'm going to written in this. So display the employee info with the location and grades. Grades based on salary. Salary using sal table and DPT and EMP table. Okay. Okay. So this is another task. Now I want to find out find out how many characters in given like suppose I have DIA. Okay, now I need to find out how many i's we have in this string. Treat like I said, this is string. Now I need to find out how many I given string. Okay, so try to understand, try to remember these questions. No need to write. I'm going to record this session. I will share on YouTube. No need to worry. Put if keep on concentration. Okay, this is another question. Okay, how to display how to the 1 to 100 numbers using simple so how to retrieve last record of the table, how to retrieve a record of the table. Okay, so how to retrieve every alternative row, every alternative row. So this is happen with the row ID. Take the maximum row ID, minimum row ID. Minimum row ID is the first record, maximum row ID is the last record. Okay, so to retrieve the every alternative row, so we have the row num concept. Use that. We have the mod function. Use that. You will get that required results. Else you can get the question in the different way. I need to retrieve even rows. I need to retrieve odd rows. In the sense, first record, third record, fifth record, like that, odd rows. We want to retrieve even in the sense second, fourth, like that. Okay. So you may get like a even records on the try with that also. And so how to get hours from this date. Okay, if we have a 6 timestamp column, in that you may get a hours also. I need to get the hours from that date or a time. Okay, if we have the date, I need to extract a day for that. How to display the day in a given date. If I provide the date, I need to display the which date for that. Is Sunday or Monday, Tuesday, like that. Okay, so day and month. If we have like a hours, how many hours, like which hour it is, I need to display. Okay, how to add 1 month the given date. How to add 1 month to the given date. Okay, so how to find out how many months we have in a given two date values. Okay, find out how many months we have in the given date. Okay, so find out first day of the month given date, last day of month of a given date. So this is another thing. So I need to how to display the date records from the table. Okay, so we have the ways like a unique, distinct, without using distinct and unique also. Without using that, how can you find out? And so these are all the scenarios. So mostly you can able like you need to put scenarios only I am giving here. I'm not giving any task. Okay, come with this all. Come with this all. Okay, definitely I will share it in half an hour of time. Within 1 hour of time, I will put it in YouTube. Go with the last 15-20 minutes of time. Okay, no need to waste your time also. Okay, anyone have any concerns? So tomorrow I will start with the PLSQL. So due to some discrepancy, who are all joined and drop man? Gopi. అభి ఏమన్నా డౌట్ ఉన్నారా తమ్ముడు?
హలో
చెప్పురా తమ్ముడు.